I'm Athena, daughter of the mighty warrior king. I have victory over being stuck in broken and failed relationships due to betrayal, rejection, and abandonment. And I'm working on a lot of things. On July 26, 2021, I stepped into my very first Celebrate Recovery meeting. I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was I needed healing, healthy healing. I no longer wanted to bring my past hurts from broken and failed relationships into my current relationship at the time. So I embarked on a quest of healing. Little did I know that this first step would shape myself, my family, and my present and future relationships. As a child, I wanted to be seen, to be loved, and wanted just the way I was. I didn't know then that this would be something I would strive to receive for most of my life. I didn't know that betrayal, rejection, and abandonment would be the catalyst for my hurts, hang-ups, and habits. On October 17, 2021, my ex-fiance walked away. Again, my heart was crushed and shattered into a million pieces. Once again, I was angry at God. It wouldn't be until a couple of years later that God revealed that I was more angry at him than Phil. You see, today marks 18 years since the murder of my fiance, Eric. There isn't a day that goes by where he isn't still loved and thought of. On this day, our family went from a family of 5 to a family of 4 in seconds. I had no choice but to go full on in survival mode, something I was used to since childhood, but this time it was different. I was left to pick up all of the fallen pieces. I had 3 children to walk with through their grief, and mine was on hold. Through Eric, God showed me just a glimpse of what love was. But when he was taken, it left a huge hole in my heart and in our family. I felt very alone and abandoned. I felt betrayed and rejected by God. It took years for me to heal. Well, what I thought was healing was really coping. And when my ex walked away, all of those feelings came rushing in again. I felt like I was losing Eric all over. I really thought that God was finally restoring what was taken from us so long ago. God would later show me that when man rejects us, it is truly his protection. Since coming into Celebrate Recovery, 5 years next month, has taught me how to not only trust God, but also the men in my life. I am no longer stuck in my past broken and failed relationships. I know now when someone walks away, it's between them and God. And that isn't always about me, but whatever hurts, hang-ups, and habits they are wrestling with. I am able to stand up here unashamed and very vulnerable to share my story because my uncomfortable is helping others heal. God is healing and restoring mine and my dad's relationship, which I am very grateful for. I am also grateful to be able to witness all God is doing in his life as he lets God heal him in healthy ways. I no longer believe the enemy's lies of who I am not, but trust who God says I am. I have learned to love and see myself through the eyes of unconditional love. I accept all my flaws and beauty because they are the very things God is using to mold and shape me into who he originally made me and created me to be. I know that I am worthy to be loved, respected, and valued. Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. To me, recovery is bringing up the past to find the roots to our pain and struggles in order for true healing to take place and set us free from the chains that have kept us bound for so long. God isn't finished with my story yet. He's just getting started. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. Thanks for letting me share.